On the eve of the big parade and celebration, people were also protesting and police were making arrests. A group of veterans and their families gathered in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. They demanded the taxpayer money that is being spent on the parade and to put U.S. troops in Los Angeles be used instead for housing, health care, and food. News 4's Jackie Benson is live on Capitol Hill tonight with the very latest. Jackie?
Well, Sean, this was an extremely passionate protest, and some of those who gathered here went across to the U.S. Capitol afterward. I think we have some video to show you of what happened over there at that point. It was provided to us by the organizers, a group called About Face Veterans Against the War. Now, Capitol Police say they made 60 arrests for unlawful demonstration. One of those arrested a Vietnam vet who uses a walker. We were told some may also face charges of assault on police officers and resisting arrest.
Money for people, not parades!
Money for people, not parades!
U.S. military veterans of conflicts ranging from Vietnam to Afghanistan, 100 strong, different branches, united in their personal conviction that the millions of dollars spent on Saturday's military parade in the nation's capital is both wasteful and inappropriate.
It feels like this whole dog and pony show that the president is trying to make about the Army is actually about him, and it's actually a distraction from the fact that his administration is doing everything that they can to cut life-saving services that veterans and our communities rely on.
One after another, they spoke against what they called the unlawfulness of the administration's current deployment of U.S. troops in American cities.
If you want to thank me for my service, don't make it a hollow platitude or empty words. My service was to preserve and defend our Constitution, and now we are seeing the president betray our service.
This administration has or will likely place you in a position where you must choose. Harm innocent people, support their kidnapping, suppress legal protests and expressions of the First Amendment, or follow your conscience. You not only have a right, but an obligation to refuse illegal orders.
And again, about 60 veterans arrested here after a passionate protest went across the street to the U.S. Capitol and arrested for unlawful demonstration. Live outside the United States Supreme Court, Jackie Benson, News 4. Back to you.
Hey, Jackie, let me just ask real quick. I don't know if you know, but I know there are other protests from different groups planned tomorrow. Do these guys plan to come back and protest again tomorrow as well?
This tonight, this was their big protest. But one of the things that I found very interesting, Sean, and you can obviously see what happened with the actions after this, is they said that, you know, they had heard there was talk about cracking down on protests against this parade, and they felt very strongly about being here tonight.
That makes sense. I understand that. All right, Jackie Benson with the latest for us. Jackie, thank you.